Sharing household chores, why your wife fights over it. Hi friends, welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. Today's video is all about how household chores has become a virtual battleground between couples. Years ago, it was thought that it was the duty of a wife to look after her family and do her continuous household chores all by herself. But today, it is no longer so. Your wife wants you to share her household chores equally with her. Your wife argues with you bitterly when you laze around while she has to slog in her workplace and again at home. Can you bring me some water? I was in the kitchen when I heard my husband call me out. I immediately rushed to my husband with a glass of water. I never once thought that my husband was ordering me about. I thought it was my duty as a good wife to do such small services to him. I'm talking about my married life some 35 years ago. Can you imagine a husband ordering his wife about in today's modern marriages? Definitely not. The scenario of modern marriages has changed drastically. You can no longer take your wife for granted that it is her wifely duty to be at your beck and call. Are you a husband who thinks that your wife should slave at home while you do nothing? Your modern wife will never accept it. She often argues with you when you do not help her in household chores, doesn't she? Sharing household chores has become one of the top reasons for arguments between you. It is surprising, it is also one of the top reasons for divorce among modern couples. Why does your wife demand your help in household chores? During yesteryears, her husband was the sole earning member of the family. The wife stayed back at home to look after her husband and children. She did her tiring household chores all by herself without expecting any help from her husband. Yesteryear wife did not complain about her household chores as she thought that she was only doing her duty. After finishing her household work, she had time to relax until her husband and children returned home. But mind you, yesteryear woman's household chores were tiring as there were no modern gadgets to ease her work. She had to do every household chores manually. Yesteryear wife never really complained about it. But your modern wife has a double-edged duty to fulfill. As an earning wife who contributes for the financial commitments of your family and a homemaker looking after you and your children, your modern wife has no rest time at all. She slaves at her workplace and slogs at home also. This double-edged duty makes your wife irritable and tired. When your wife has to do all the household chores while you have it good, she fumes at the injustice meted out to her. Your wife earns as good as you. She contributes equally to the financial betterment of your family. She does not depend on you for her personal needs as she has her own money. The financial independence of your wife has made her very confident and demanding. Naturally, your wife demands equal rights in almost everything. Her one such demand is that you should share her household chores. Quite a normal wish of your wife, isn't it? You can no longer treat your wife as a maid born to do service to you. You should understand that your wife has evolved as a highly independent individual. If you want your wife to be at your beck and call, you should not send her to work. But it is a harsh fact that you cannot maintain a good standard of living depending solely on your income. You know that inflation is at its peak, and you drastically need the income of your wife as a buffer to fulfill your financial commitments towards your family. In today's modern world, you also have many financial needs. You want a good standard of living. You want a big bungalow. You want to drive around in a swanky car. You want to buy all the latest modern electronic gadgets. You want to dine in high-end restaurants. You want to wear trendy dresses. You want to give your children the best education available. You cannot make all this happen with your earnings alone. You need the earnings of your wife to fulfill your dreams of financial well-being for your family. So, your wife also works to bring financial betterment to your family. When your wife ventures out to work, you must understand the tremendous willpower she needs to balance between work and home. Whether your wife likes it or not, she works for the sake of the family. When your wife goes for work, you should understand that she has work-related stress just like you. Your wife is tired and fatigued just like you, and she needs rest just like you. How can you expect your wife to slave in a workplace to come back to slave at home also? Is your wife a machine to mechanically do her household chores without tiredness after a hectic day in a workplace? If you expect your wife to handle the never-ending household chores without you lifting a finger, it just shows how insensitive you are towards her tiredness and fatigue. You often hide yourself behind the newspaper or plumb yourself before the laptop or TV after returning from work. But your tired wife has to look after your children and home as soon as she returns from work. Naturally, your tired wife literally fumes with frenzied anger when you laze around just doing nothing. Your callous behavior is the reason your wife erupts in fury when you do not share her household chores. Your wife rightfully feels that when she is willing to share the financial commitments of your family, you too should willingly share her household chores. She's absolutely right in feeling that you should lend a helping hand to share her household chores. You need the earnings of your wife for the betterment of your family, don't you? You do not have any prestige issue in accepting the financial help of your wife, but you feel it is demeaning to share her household work. When your wife has changed with time, you too should come down from your high pedestal as the head of the family. All your wife wants from you is to care and sympathize with her tiredness. So, share the household chores of your wife willingly. Help your wife by looking after your children. Assist your wife in keeping the house clean. Give your wife reprieve from kitchen duty by showing your culinary talents. Your wife loves you more when you share her household chores. Change along with the changed trends in married life. Acknowledge that your wife is your equal partner and not your maid. Did this video make you understand why your wife wants you to share her household chores? Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever and to death do us part your relationship goal.